And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OST. And I do apologize. If you were in the chat, you would have seen the update. But Juanito did forfeit. He did not know that it was a best of 5. So after the second game, he just left. He left. We reached out to him. We were like, "Yo, what's going on? You gonna play the rest of your matches?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm already outside of the house. Like I'm already gone, papi. It's over." So did already leave. So in the end, it did forfeit that final game, and now we're getting into our first series into the grand finals. Let's go. Spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Lockdown, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the right hand corner, we have the red Protoss player from South Korea. It is Creator. Let's go. Let us go. As we are going to be settling in, we're going to be jumping on into our grand finals, los grand finales, baby. Let's go. It's going to be that best of 5. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Will it go the way of ByuN? Will it go the way of the Creator? Coming into this could go either way. I can see this going to game 4. I can see this going to game 5. I do lean towards ByuN, but I do recognize that Creator is a comparable player of skill, so this can go either way. Right now, the reason why I lean towards ByuN is because ByuN is more in form. For those who are unaware, Creator nowadays is a part-time player. Creator, he didn't play in the first GSL season. We had a brief interview with Creator. He mentioned that he is now working a full-time job. So he doesn't devote all of his time to StarCraft like he did previously. So just as a heads up. So just because of that, I lean a little bit more towards ByuN, but we'll see. We shall see. We've also seen instances where the same thing has happened, and despite that, the player that's playing part-time actually excels. And the reasoning for this is because their mindset changes and there's less pressure on them. There's less pressure on them to do well and to achieve greater heights. We saw that with Percival. We saw that with Chance. Those are the two players that come to mind when it comes to their improvement after stepping away from the game. For now, our players are going to be calming down, going to be settling in, and we do have our initial openers here. It is going to be the 1-1-1 out of ByuN, going for his own faster CC on the low grounds. Meanwhile, back at home, we have Creator just going for a standard opener into his own Twilight Council. Now, coming into this, we expect to see gateways, but how many? 2 gate blink, 3 gate blink, 4 gate blink Stalker, eyes are on Creator. Welcome to Lockdown. Lockdown has a very secure 2-base setup, very secure, so there's a higher chance that maybe Creator feels that he can be greedier on a map like this. Shells, what you got? Here we go. So now our players are again opening up. Behind this, we have our initial Marine Widow Mine drop here from ByuN. Now, the goal of this drop is for economic damage. Ideally, you want to save the mine shots. You don't want to waste it on probes. You want to save it for Stalkers, while the Marines focus on as many workers as they can. Job does make his way across the map. Meanwhile, it was 2 gate blink. So 2 gate blink into a 3rd base. Very greedy build here by Creator. ByuN does hit the 3rd, going for the pylon. The Creator, he will respond. The mine shot. Ooh, catching a Stalker already. That's what he wanted. Yeah, let's catch a Stalker. Pylon goes out. He wants the other Stalker as well, and ByuN's getting out of hand. He's getting out of hand, getting out of control. Will snipe one of the sentries and does pull away. Whew. So far, a better trade here for ByuN. We did mention that ideally you want to spend the mine shots on a gateway unit, and it worked. Did work beautifully there for ByuN. Gets a Pylon, a sentry, and a Stalker. Does pull away. Preserves his army, and behind this we're building up into our own biotank follow-up. Meanwhile, the Creator is playing standard, getting his 3rd base, building up into extra gateways, into his robo production, into his gateway based composition in the mid game. The follow-up here is very standard from Creator, but getting there is looking a little bit shaky. We'll see if he can stabilize. Bearing in mind that because Creator went for a lower gateway count, because he went for a greedier build, the Creator can't really threaten ByuN. Yeah, ByuN cannot be threatened. And ByuN is going for a bit of a ByuN move out here. Okay, what do I mean by that? Stim is done, and we're pushing pre-Stim. Stim is not going to be a part of this fight, not initially. We're waiting for the second tank. And the backbone of this army are going to be the 2 tanks. We'll see if ByuN can get within range of the Nexus. I'm assuming he wants to push towards the 3rd base, but for now he's posturing in the center of the map. We'll see if he pushes early or if he does end up waiting for Stim. Like, Stim is getting up to halfway done. Maybe wise to wait for the upgrade, and it looks like ByuN is. Okay. He backs off, he's waiting for the upgrade. Thinks better of it. At the same time, Raven harassed into the main base, does spot the Stalkers, pulls away, doesn't lose the Raven. We do see that Creator, he's not rushing into splash damage. There's no prioritization or urgency to get Storm or Colossus, instead going into Zealots, into charge. So sticking with that gateway composition. Meanwhile, the Observer for Creator will spot the move outs. He does spot the main push. Does ByuN notice? No, he does not. Creator does step away. You can see Creator getting position. Again, he's got a mass amount of charge lots. If he can catch his army on siege, Creator, he will completely shut ByuN down. Does get harassed. ByuN is pushing forward. Who catches who? Oh. Nice pick up micro there, but the tanks, they're exposed. Yeah, tanks are exposed. He has to get the hell out of here. Yeah, has to pull out. He'll lose 1, he'll lose 2 tanks. And ByuN, he cannot win this fight. Not like this. He'll lose both tanks. And now he's lost his backbone. Yeah, he lost the core of his army. He has to retreat. Force fields, they don't quite catch out the Marines. Yeah, not quite. But ByuN is in trouble. And do we warp in? So if I just warping in Stalkers, Creator has momentum, Creator's pushing with extra Zealots, he can break this position, 100%. We need more Zealots. And here they come, warping in 8 Zealots at a time. And this may just be too much. The mine shots have potential for sure. Yeah, first shot goes off, second shot as well. Creator, he cannot push up the ramp, but he can contain. He can and he will. ByuN is contained. ByuN cannot expand. Creator can now he can now think about a 4th base. There it is, 4th Nexus on the way. Creator getting further ahead. Now ByuN does at least preserve his bio army for the most part. Does preserve the army. But this is still a rough position for ByuN. So there is siege. Catching in a couple of Zealots. He gets 1, he gets 2. Does catch a couple of Zealots here. Creator pulls away. As he backs off, he's going for his own drop play. He's setting up for the warp in, setting up for the drop. Now ByuN still has a comparable army, and if he is able to siege up, he can contest Creator, especially without Zealots. Creator at the same time building up his Colossus. ByuN looking for a way in. Does engage his Zealots ahead of time. Better trade for ByuN. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 Zealots going down. Tensei 4 getting up to 6. Yeah, 6 Zealot kills. Getting some of the expansion. Creator, he's lacking those charge lots. He will abandon this base. Creator, he's racing back home with the Zealots. He's racing back. But again, this army is lacking charge lots heavily. Without them, Creator can't engage. Not like this. Creator moves back around. There are reinforcements back at home. And ByuN defends well. He's in position, he does defend at the same time. Creator, he moves into liberation zones. Has to be careful. It's going to be zoned away. Building a more Colossus. He's up to 2, soon to be 3 Colossi. Soon to be 3. Shots are going up. Creator does hold. Creator is able to hold on, claiming another expansion, but again, Creator, he's now behind economically. I would say that early on, the early to mid game was in favor of Creator, and Creator has lost that lead, right? He's lost that lead, he's lost that momentum, he lost his 4th base. ByuN now has a superior economy. For the Protoss player to be even with the Terran, they need to be up an expansion, and this 4th base is very late for Creator since he lost his first 4th. And you can see that's translating into a larger army supply. As ByuN, he's going to be the first to max out now. Going to be the first to max out. So good recovery here out of ByuN. And I would say the Creator again had a hard time maintaining his lead. As ByuN breaks out in Creator, he's in trouble. He's in trouble. ByuN still being active, getting his own 4th base up and running. This is where Creator needs a 5th. How many ghosts do we have? 7. Jesus. 7 ghosts, plenty of VMPs. Storm will not be a factor, not initially. Waiting for 2-2. 2-2 is now finishing up. ByuN is maxed. He's maxed. He's got 2-2. He's pushing into 4. Colossus though. Jesus. The concave. Vikings, they catch 1. You had no stalkers. You had no stalkers in position. Free damage to Colossus gets 1. In order to take a bunch of hits here, but the second Colossus does go down. Now we're down to 2. 2 Colossus left. Oh, catching out the Prism. That's a lot of swipes from the Colossi, but ByuN breaks through. ByuN's done it. He breaks down every single Colossi. The Grand Army crumbles. GG gets called, and ByuN snowballs out of control, claiming game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, Creator had the stronger start, catching out all the tanks, punishing the army, forcing ByuN back, containing ByuN on 2 bases. That was all well and good. But behind that, or in the aftermath of that, we saw the Creator. He had a very hard time maintaining that lead. Again, he tried to go for some Zealot harass, didn't reinforce his main army, took his 4th base, was building up his economy, but was lacking that buffer with his main composition. We mentioned that without Zealots, he could not engage with ByuN's army, and he had no Zealots with his army. He couldn't engage. He was just bullied back. He had to give up on his 4th base, and he lost his lead that he otherwise built up earlier on. GG. GG, well played. ByuN snowball out of control. With that, ByuN has a 1-0 lead in the series. Now we're leading into game number 2. As a reminder, best of 5. Best of 5 Pappy. So plenty more games ahead of us. Plenty more games to come. Up next, we're loading into At Attorney's Edge. Let us go. Oh. So getting into that second game. Oh, the Duckman in the chat. Ah, let's go. 30 to 1. That's crazy. The odds in the chat. That's insane. Oh my god. I mean, again, despite how game 1 went, like Creator, he had a lead early on. Like, there's definitely a world where we can have a back and forth here in this series, and I'm hoping that's the case. But here we go, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of At Attorney's Edge. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss player himself, the South Korean Protoss. It is Creator. Let's go. Whew. Let us go, as we are going to be settling into our second game. Welcome to At Attorney's Edge. I would say that this map favors aggression. The rush distance by ground can be very short depending on how we expand. We can expand towards or away from our opponents, so we'll see how our players do take their 3rd bases. We'll see how aggressive ByuN plans on being this time. I would say that ByuN's initial push, if you recall, did fail, right? His initial move out with his tanks did kind of crumble and did fall apart, but we might see him adjust here coming into game 2. Again, depending on how he expands, like, aggression can be favored here on this map, for sure. What I'm referring to is if a creator takes that triangular third. If he takes a triangular third base and so does ByuN, then we expand towards each other and we look to push into each other's bases and each other's faces. That's going to be a big part of this. Otherwise, creator should be expanding away from ByuN to be a little bit safer, to be greedier. We'll see. So now we are going to be opening up. Ranks expand here by ByuN going for a single gas opener. Meanwhile, last game we saw the creator, he went 2-gate blink, and that's one of the reasons why creator wasn't able to punish with his blink stalkers early on. But here on a map like at Eternity's Edge, there's a higher chance that we see a higher gateway count at a creator instead. We'll see. But now, once again, Twilight counts are open at a creator. Remember, last game was 2-gate blink. This time, we're expecting at least 3. Which does mean that creator is going to be going for a safer start, and also means that he can also counterattack as well. Oh my god. That's ByuN's pulling a ByuN. Do you see what I see? Third CC. That's going to be a 3 CC, 3 racks out of ByuN, a hyper greed out of our blue Terran. Ay. And if this goes unpunished, then ByuN has a very strong mid game. Oh boy. Now, what does this mean? So with a fast third CC, this means that ByuN has faster 2-base saturation and still be making 3 SCVs at a time, and will have an extra mule as well. So he has a boosted economy on 2 bases and then a faster 3-base fully saturated setup as well. The follow-up is a 3-rack stim timing. Now, what is the downside? If creator were to go for 4-gate blink stalker, for example, creator can punish. Creator, he can punish this. The reasoning for this is because of ByuN's build, there's no factory. Because there's no factory, there's no safety tanks, right? There's no tanks to defend. So back at home, ByuN is vulnerable early on. And do you see what I see? Ooh, a pause, but I see extra gateways. There are 2. There are 2 gateways to the natural and 2 gateways to the main. This is 4-gate blink. Creator, he has potential to punish ByuN. Checking his vision, creator doesn't really know what's going on, but blindly creator, he can break and he can punish ByuN here and now. This is his moment. Now, there is still a window here. There's going to be a window in time because ByuN should begin Marauder production soon, but there's going to be a window here pre-stim. If creator can hit pre-stim, he can kill ByuN. He's on a timer. Here comes a prism. Prism is on the way. Gateways are wrapping up. ByuN, he has a bunker on the low ground. He has no bunker in the main. ByuN has no reason to. ByuN has 0 scouting information. No Reaper, no SCV scout, so ByuN has no idea what's going on. And here comes creator. He's pushing. He's rallying across with all his stalkers. I say that, and he does leave some stalkers at home to defend. We should be seeing these stalkers across the map, but creator is playing safe. He's playing safe. So we're not pushing with as much as we otherwise could. Now we're rallying across, but this is going to be delayed. It's going to be delayed here. Stim is more than halfway done. Scan into the main base reveals at least 3 gateways. There's 2 in the main base. There should be 1 at the natural. We know it's 4. And with that, we can go into the main. We can dive into the main base. This is creator's moment. He blinks in. He dives into the main base, going for the Marauders. He does get 1. 1 Marauder goes down. There's 2 left. Boys are being pulled. ByuN is desperate. Does pull the boys and does zone away the army. Okay. So far, so good. Does force creator crowds. He just keeps warping in. Stim is done in 5 seconds. Blinks in. He gets 1. He gets 2. 0 Marauders. 0 Marauders left here. And I believe creator, he should have done it. And he has. As we mentioned, specifically this build that ByuN went for is vulnerable to 4-gate blink because it's so greedy, and in the end we punish that greed. Creator, he has to be careful, he's being boxed in. Oh, we have more Marauders coming out. No, wait, does ByuN hold? ByuN is he's holding on. With the boys being pulled and Marauders who do so much damage here, they do both get focused out. There's still 1 Marauder left. Yeah, one Marauder remaining. Marines, they stim down to low ground, and ByuN is holding, and ByuN only lost 10 SCVs. Oh, this is brutal here. Creator, he was so close to killing ByuN, but the boys did an amazing job tanking. The Marauders were preserved for the most part to do enough damage. Creator's all in. He's still going. He's still going. He needs to. He can't stop. Oh my god. 14 SCV kills, more boys being pulled. Again, a very messy defense here by ByuN. Technically, ByuN does hold, but he will lose 15 SCVs, and Creator's expanding. He's getting his own third. Warpins are continuing for Creator. Again, Creator, he knows that he needs more damage. Gets one, gets two, is one-shotting Marauders, gets three. Three Marauders, there's only one left. I'm sure tempted to blink in. Tempted. At this point, he's done it. I would say that at this point, Creator has broken ByuN. It was a crazy defense at ByuN, and I'm impressed that he survived for as long as he did. But in the end, he's still being broken. In the end, the greed was just too much. In the end, ByuN is punished. As ByuN is down to 40 SCVs. Build back up to 4 Marauders. Sorry, 5 Marauders. Hold on. I mean, the working hand is still quite comparable, right? It's still 43 SCVs to 56, and we're going to have mules as well. And we still have the third CC. Is this enough damage? Has Creator done enough? He did bleed out a lot of Stalkers in the process. He lost how many? 16. He lost 16 Stalkers. ByuN is stabilizing. He is stabilizing here. He lost 21 workers in the defense. It was a messy defense, but a defense nonetheless. And because that faster TC, ByuN, he can recover faster than normal. I do like the fourth. Okay. I like the fourth base here by Creator. He needs to build up a greater economy. And ideally, Creator delays the third even further. He needs to contain. He needs to contain ByuN at least. And then over time, Creator's army is going to get larger and larger. Right now, the supplies are close, but the soup is lying to you, right? When it comes to the current supplies here, ByuN has the greater army, Creator has the greater economy, and over time, Creator can start to recover and recoup that kind of army size. So ByuN has to go for an all-in, I feel. I don't really see a world where ByuN can turtle up on 3 bases. Like, that'd be crazy. I feel like we just gotta send it. ByuN is muling as much as he can. ByuN may just pull the boys. He may pull the boys with this and go for a big 2-base all-in. Remember, the army sizes are quite comparable at the moment. But now there's a Colossus. No shot, we just turtle up. I mean, there is one thing also going for ByuN, that is that both players expanded towards each other. Creator did take the forward third base. It's still quite tense. Creator's on the path of like victory here. Oh, catching at the army. And catching at Marines. Nice job. The Medivacs. He gets one. He gets 2 Medivacs. Very nice trade here for Creator. Very nice fight. Just keeps warping in. And ByuN has not stabilized yet. He hasn't yet, and he may just never. Gee, he has so many Marauders. My God, that's crazy. It's 18. He has as many Marauders as our Marines. It's insane. And we'll see if ByuN can turtle out of this. I feel like Creator should max out first and overwhelm. And when Creator maxes, he should be just like ramming his head against the wall here. Even if it's inefficient, he will have the greater army supplies, or he will have the greater economy. He'll be able to contain ByuN. I feel like that's what Creator should be doing. ByuN, meanwhile, is slowly catching back up. He's getting a 4 CC. Academy is on the way. Can ByuN recover? He's getting there. Creator throws down his own proxy gateways, gaining vision, scouting pylons. Prism into the main. Creator, he cannot push in, but this warp in has potential. Just gets add-ons. Reactor, Tech Lab, nothing major. Prism goes down. ByuN defends. And this is dangerous. So the other scary thing here for Creator is that one, Creator, he's waited too long to the point where ByuN is maxing out. He's maxing out with a superior composition. That's one thing. The other thing is that because of the map itself, the rush distance, I was alluding to it earlier, but the distance between this third base for ByuN and the opposing third base of Creator is actually quite short. So if ByuN were to push, it doesn't take long at all to get across the map. Depending on where he pushes, for sure. But that is a concern. Creator taking out the bases. Does move in. ByuN's out of position. Never goes up. And he gets a tank. Does not bring it down. ByuN stims in, does EMP the Colossus. Does EMP. Let's catch out of ByuN. Creator breaking forward. Never goes up. Ooh, does connect. Yeah, decent connection there from Creator. How many disruptors does he have? 3. He's got 3 disruptors. The Novas have been connecting. So far, better trades a Creator. I do like him pushing in like this. Mixing in DTs as well. Free damage. Novas, they pop off and they break through. Yeah, massive connections. Creator, now that they're on cooldown though, has to pull away. Something that I'm not too fond of either, that may come into play, may not, is the fact that Creator, if he wanted to, he could take the gold. If he wanted to. Like, there's nothing threatening the bases down here. Creator, he has the freedom to take the gold base. Oof. And Novus once again. Brutal connections. Oh, Stalkers, they do move forward a little bit too far. They get a little bit cavalier. Behind this is a high yield gas base as well that could also be taken. So we have some very important bases that are being left out in the open that have not been taken yet by Creator despite having map control. Oof, brutal tank shots. Never goes off, but these 4 tanks are doing so much damage here. Yeah, Vikings, they chase down 1, they chase down 2 Colossus. 3 Colossi left. Down to 3. As the Viking kind gets reset. Yeah, resets the Vikings. ByuN behind this, he has claimed his 4th. It is fully operational. Creator down to 1 disruptor. Doesn't have many left over. Nice target firing out of ByuN. I don't know if you noticed it, but he did focus on that disruptor intentionally with the tanks. So disruptor went down, no Nova this time. Nice control out of ByuN. Now looking to claim a 5th base. No shot. Spinner's moving in. Oh, that's a kill. That's a kill. Auto cancel. He's getting over the tanks. Finally. And tanks are going down. The Zealot break on through. And Creator, has he finally done it? It looks like he has. Yeah, it takes on every tank. 4 tanks go down. Colossus, a bit of waste of DPS here on the CC, but there are plenty of them. Yeah, still 4 Colossi down to 3, but there's not enough on the ground. GG gets called, and Creator ties up the series 1-1. Whew, GG. We're tied at 1-1 here. Again, Creator had a very strong start to the game, winding it back. Remember, Creator, he went for 4 Blink Stalker, and he straight up almost killed ByuN then and there. ByuN had a very impressive and very messy defense, but the fact that ByuN survived the 4 Blink was impressive, right? Any other player would have just been dead then and there. So he survived the 4 Blink, but did sustain a lot of damage, a lot of losses. That slowed down his 3rd, it slowed down his 4th base. I was concerned that he wasn't slowed down enough, and I was concerned that Creator was allowing ByuN to build up his army, and ByuN did max out, that is true, but ByuN was still contained, and the Creator at least still had map control, and even though he didn't take the high yield bases, he still had a bank to work with to trade inefficiently, because Creator, he was having some rough trades where he was losing Disruptors and Colossus, but he could sustain those losses. GG. Whew, and GG, well played. With that, we're getting into game number 3. Let's go. Didn't Creator retire? I thought he said he has a normal job now. He does. He does have a normal job now. I didn't bienvenidos. I didn't mention this at the start of this series, but Creator nowadays, he's a part-time player. He does have a regular job now, but he still plays StarCraft every now and then, which is really cool. We really appreciate it. Still plays every now and then. Here we go. Here we go. Spawning in this upper hand corner of Rainfall, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Blue Terran representing Shelfire Rebellion, being forced into a tied series. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Red Protoss player from South Korea. It is Creator. Hello, ByuN. As ByuN moves out for a proxy, setting up here outside of Rainfall. Well, no, Rainfall is a very small map of the map pool, short rush distance by ground, aggression is favored, and we are opening up with their proxy racks across the map. Let's go. Let us go. We have our proxy, we have our shenanigans. After a grueling and intense game 2, ByuN is like, he just wants to throw caution into the wind. 2 gases back at home. Are we going Marauder? Eyes are on ByuN. Creator, he will soon confirm that Rax is missing. Are we just going proxy Reaper into a transition back at home, or are we going into the tech lab? Tech lab it is. There we go. So double gas into a tech lab in a proxy Marauder. This is much more committed here by ByuN. Much more committed. And we'll see if he can break through. As Creator, he will confirm the Rax is missing. He knows. Creator, he does go Zealot first. Does make the safety Zealot just in case. Good call. So, good call here by Creator. Again, just building up that army. Patchers on the way back at home. We're still banking up the Marauders. Now, the goal here for ByuN is to catch out the initial units and to try to overwhelm early on by catching out the Zealot, the Stalkers. Oh, it gets spotted. Yeah, it does get spotted. He has to pull the trigger. Marauders are moving in. Stalker is out. A couple of boys are being pulled to tank. And ByuN, can he finish out that bunker? Oh. Has to kite away. SCV takes a hit. SCV takes 1 hit. Takes 2. Ooh, it's getting low. Yeah, it takes 3 and it's going to go down. Yeah, massive pick off here. The SCV does fall. There will not be a bunker. But we have built up to a 3rd Marauder. And we're getting on top of the pylon. Pylon does go down. Depowers the battery. Stalkers are exposed. Can he get 1? He can. Oh, does get 1. And may even get the other as well. A little bit messy control there, losing another Marauder to the Zealots. Oof. Yeah, in the end, Creator holds. He holds, he defends, he cleans this up. Will cost him 5 probes, so there was a bit of a back and forth trade here, but Creator, he does defend in the end. We'll clean up the army. Even here, catching out another Marauder. Oh. It takes an extra hit. And does go down. Now from here we're expanding. ByuN is transitioning back at home. We have a CC on the way into reactor to Widowmine drop. Likewise, Creator building up into Blink. Twilight Council's on the way. Ranks forced to lift. And as it settles, I do prefer Creator's position here. I mean, Creator, he may have been a little bit behind in workers, but he has 2 bases. He has 2 bases. He can make 2 probes at a time. ByuN is stuck on 1 expansion for that much longer. ByuN, he needs these Widowmines to do damage. He needs damage to be done. It's going to be a quad mine drop. It's going to be very dedicated. Oh, Wazim is at hour 3 actually. Okay. Triple mine drop out of ByuN. ByuN dropping into the main. Creator is got his warpins here at the natural and on the main base. Not quite ready for this. And we'll unload. Creator, he does react, he does pull away in time, and oh my god. A little bit close there. Only 4 probes. 4 probe kills in the end. Creator, he does hold, does defend. Blink is not yet done. It is delayed because of the opener, and ByuN gets away. Not bad. 4 probes for only 1 Widowmine. A very nice trade for ByuN as he does pull out. Behind this, claiming his own natural expansion, building up his own into his own 3-1-1 setup, a standard follow-up here out of ByuN. Creator likewise claiming his 3rd. So we're calming down, we're building up into the mid game. Once again, I still do prefer Creator's position just because he has potential to build up a greater economy. Right now the pressure's on ByuN to find more damage. ByuN needs more damage. Once again, going to be dropping in. The mines is denying some mining. Oh, nice liberty harass, getting to 5. Oh my god, 5 probes. Yeah, 5 probes go down. Another mine shot here in towards the natural. Another 3 workers going down. 8 in total. Very nice harass here by ByuN. And even though I would have said, and even though I did say initially that Creator was in a better position because of his economy, he's losing that economic lead. Yeah, he's losing that lead. ByuN is making up for his delayed CC. His brutal damage, and ByuN is building up. Stim is on the way, combat shields as well. Eventually ByuN will push. Creator, he's here to delay the move out, and he's building up into Colossus. I believe this is Colossus before charge, so he's going to be delaying charge, delaying his follow-up gateway composition into faster Colossi. Mine drop once again. This time it will not go off. Not this time. And here comes the main push. Here comes the mass on siege. Stim is done. Combat shields. +1. Concussive shell. Where's the army? Creator. Wait, what? If you remember, these stalkers, they used to be outside of the natural to spot the move out, but they're out of position. Yeah, Creator, he's ready for drop play instead. He doesn't see the move out coming. He doesn't slow it down. We gotta get home. Now he does spot the army. It's a late scout here by Creator, and he's not able to chip away at the army ahead of time. He's now racing over with his stalker army. Again, he's out of position. Tanks are exposed. We need to get home. We need to get home. Oh my god. Yeah, tanks they siege up. Battery goes down. We're within range of the Nexus. There is no charge. Zealous, the slow lots are waddling in. The slow lots. Oh god. Yeah, massive target firing. GG gets called, and ByuN, he will claim game number 3. GG. Ay, ay, ay. GG, well played. A big misread here from Creator, winding it back. Remember, Creator, he had all of his Stalkers. They were initially outside of the natural, and the goal there isn't necessarily to contain, but it's to spot the move out and to slow it down. You'll have precious seconds to react to respond to nibble away at the army, maybe get a tank, maybe get a marauder, at least get some marines to slow ByuN down. ByuN, maybe he'll be forced to siege early on as he makes his way across the map, and it'll also give Creator time to warp in defensively, to warp in, to get batteries, to get extra warp ins, and to make sure he's actually in position and is able to engage with the tanks before they siege up within range of the Nexus. But we saw that Creator, he was woefully out of position. He was ready for drop play instead, and GG. And GG, well played. In the end, ByuN was able to just walk across the map. He just walked across uncontested, sieged up within range of the Nexus, and that's game. That's game then and there. So unfortunately, just a bit of a misread here from Creator when it came to what to expect and when it came to his army positioning. And that leads us into game number 4. Oh boy. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Lumen, we have the blue Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss himself. Down in the series, can he bounce back and force the ace match? It is Creator. Let's go. Let us go, as we are going to be opening up, we're going to be settling in. As I'm hoping for an ace match here, but this map does favor aggression. Welcome to Lumen. Lumen has a hybrid expansion as the natural, has a hybrid expansion as the third base as well. We can push forward here and take these bases, of course. There is a standard natural that you could claim, but often players do avoid that standard natural base. We'll see how we open up. For now, double gas. Double gas opener out of ByuN, going for a faster factory, going for a more tech-heavy start, and we'll see how our players expand and whether or not we go into all-ins. All-ins are very common on this map. The rush distance by ground is very short, and of course you have a boosted economy early on as well. So we see a lot of aggression, a lot of all-ins. We'll see if that rings true here as well. So now we are going to be just settling in. We're building up, still getting to our build of choice. There's that follow-up factory. Creator, he attempts to go for the scouts, but the scout should be denied. Doesn't get up the ramp. Creator going for the natural. Does go for the natural expansion. Meanwhile, ByuN, you can see the SCV moving in. He wants to take the high-yield hybrid base instead as a natural. There it is. We have the high ground CC. We see where ByuN wants to expand. So ByuN, he will have that boosted economy. Creator going for a Twilight Council follow-up into Blink, but the question becomes a 2, 3, or 4 gate Blink Stalker. Now, I would say that 4 gate Blink is less effective here. One of the ways that Blink Stalker aggression can excel is if the main base is accessible. Here it is not, right? Here, especially if ByuN expands on the left-hand side, what are you going to do? Come in from the right and try to blink up this ramp and up into this production line? It's a very secure main expansion. It's very difficult to blink into. Not just that, but also we do see the Creator, I mean, we'll keep an eye on the gateway count here, but rotations. If you try to like threaten a blink here, and if there's an army in position, to back off and to try to rotate all the way around towards another entry point into the bases, it takes so long because of the terrain, right? Because of this cliff face, because of these rocks, there's a lot of terrain that does end up stifling army movement that stops these rotations from being as effective. So this is not a good map for 4 gate Blink. Which means so far we have 2, soon to be 3. Okay, so 3 gate Blink out of Creator. We're expecting a Robo follow-up. Yep, there it is. So 3 gate Blink into the Robo. This is a very safe build instead. A much safer build. It means we have extra Stalkers to defend and to keep up with the main army of ByuN. What ByuN he does? Oh! Almost get a probe. No, he does. Yeah, one probe goes down. Nice pick off. Cheeky moves out of ByuN. Yes, otherwise again our players are amassing. We're building up on 2 bases. So still building up. Likewise again, it was just 3-gate blink into the 3rd base, so again Creator is playing safe. Oh, this is new. Wait, what? I remember that some changes were made. Looks like we have another hybrid base here as well at the linear 3rd. Okay, that was not always there. Interesting. Interesting change, interesting update. ByuN is secure. Waiting for Stim, waiting for the upgrades, then we can move out. So far it's been a relatively passive early game, with both players kind of just building themselves up over time. Creator playing more safely, ByuN securing his economy, and we're just waiting for the eventual breakout. Now this time we can see the Creator, as with the last game, he's outside of the natural, he's outside of the main attack path, and ideally he's here to slow down the push. Uh-oh. Assuming that ByuN doesn't sneak out the right hand side, or the top side. Observer does confirm this. Creator does get a free SCV. Gets free worker. Scan will reveal the observer, and ByuN will punish the observer as well. Basically, ByuN, he notices like, how'd you know that the SCV was exposed? Scan, spots the observer, does shut it down. So nice pick off there by ByuN. He does break out. He will catch one of the stalkers. Very nice. Does catch a stalker. Behind this, taking another hybrid base. And here comes the main push. Yeah, here comes the main push. There is a Colossus to meet this. And you can see the difference between game 3 and game 4, where the army is here to force these sieges, right? We're forcing ByuN to siege up early on. This is delaying ByuN as he's leapfrogging forward with these tanks. And this is giving Creator extra seconds and extra warp ins. Every second counts. So you can see here a second battery's finishing, a second pylon's on the way as well. Tanks, ooh, they get within range. Tanks, they try to get within range, but pushing up this ramp is not going to be easy. ByuN, he backs off and secures his 3rd. As this time Creator, he's got 2 Colossus, 2 batteries, high ground, and sentries, and force fields as well. ByuN cannot push up this ramp. And ByuN doesn't try, thankfully. Doesn't try, he respects it. He respects Creator's position. But you can see that we're right next to each other. Like we're... The base is that we're on the same screen. This is a crazy expansion, by the way, for Creator. Ideally, I feel like we should be expanding away from ByuN. But he expands towards him. This means that if Creator loses one fight, he will lose the bases and lose the game. Like, it all comes down to one big fight. He steps in, he wants a Colossus, he gets one! Yeah, massive big of no, Creator is not paying attention. Colossus goes down, Creator's army is split, he'll lose the Immortal as well. Massive losses for Creator, ay, ay, ay. Again, his army will split in half. Oof, gee, oh my god, full medevac just went down, by the way. Okay. So a bit of a back and forth here. I still would say that was a better trade for ByuN, as ByuN, he was able to pick off a Colossus and an Immortal. Oh, there we go. As ByuN did lose a full medevac. Creator collapsing, can he get on top of the tanks? He can! Yeah, the boys are being pulled. 1, 2, 3 tanks will go down. We do focus fire the Colossus though. Yeah, the Colossi get focus fired. It's getting messy, getting very, very messy here. Vikings forced to land, and ByuN is barely holding on, and ByuN should keep pushing, but there are Zealot warpins. There are Zealot reinforcements. Creator, he has momentum. You can see here that both players have very little room to breathe. Very little room. Viking gets focused down. Let's focus on the Viking. I'm pulling away. Oh. That's been still lacking Vikings here. Let's go one. He's doing what he can. Oof. Viking goes down. ByuN does overextend. ByuN is building up more and more Marauders. The Colossus kind of still quite low for Creator. He's now reinforcing with a second Colossus. Mind Shots are getting baited out. Baited out by a handful of gateway units. Better trades for Creator. And Creator cleans up every single window mine. Nice EMPs. EMPs connect. ByuN still needs more Vikings. And this might just be too much. This might just be too much here. Again, Creator just keeps on warping in. He's got so many charge lots. And without side defense, without bunkers, without tanks, without window mines, I don't know if ByuN can hold on here. Not anymore. Especially with 3 Colossus, ByuN cannot engage. He needs time. He needs time, Pappy. As Creator, he does dive in. Boys are being pulled. Desperation out of ByuN. Desperation, Pappy. He does not get the Colossus. He cannot get in. Zealot tank very nicely. Yeah, the Zealot tank. Massive swipes going off. We are running out of Zealots, though. Uh-oh. He's running out. Finally, 1 Colossus goes down. He gets 1, but only 1. And with that, Creator, he's done it. He has broken through ByuN. He's broken the expansion as well. ByuN is down to a 2-base economy. He's running out of money, running out of resources. Again, just hyper aggression out of Creator, just warping into the face of ByuN. And ByuN cannot defend. Not anymore. And we're looking to force the ace match. We're looking to force game 5. We're going the distance. Keep going, Creator. Keep going. You can do it. Vámonos. As it takes down another 6 SCVs. Another 6 workers. ByuN does catch a couple of stalkers, but again, ByuN cannot fight head on. He cannot fight straight up. GG. GG gets called, and Creator, he ties up the series. We are going to the ace match. Whew, GG. GG, well played. In a very intense game here, a very passive early game, but once we got onto up to our 3 bases, they were just in each other's faces non-stop. ByuN initially, he was broken when he lost his main army. I'm referring to the moment where he caught the Colossus. It was a really nice catch. ByuN caught a Colossus, caught an Immortal, but he did bleed out a full medevac worth of units. He lost 9 Marauders and 10 Marines, and then that prompted a Creator to push in and to break the siege line. Once those 3 tanks went down for ByuN, that was game then and there. Like, ByuN could not protect that 3rd base. You could definitely argue that ByuN's tanks were just a little bit too far forward. They were exposed, that they were the first things to go down, and once they fell, there was never any kind of backbone to that defensive line. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're loading into the ace match. We're going to be loading into Defender's Lab. We are loading into our final game. Let's go. It all ends here. It all ends on Defender's Lab here. We made it all the way to the ace match. That's what we wanted here at a Creator and ByuN. That's what we wanted. Let's go. As this map does typically favor mid-game play, and that's what we're hoping for, but we'll see. We shall see. Last time we had a game like this, the next game, ByuN just went for a proxy marauder. Like, we could see that again. Let's go. Spawning in the top right hand corner of Defender's Lab, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss himself. Tying up the series 2-2, it is Creator. As he has forced the ace match, he's forced game 5. We're here on Defender's Lab, and when it comes to this map, it has some unique features. Here we do have our secure 2-base setup. We do have our 3rd base at a standard location as well. I will say that this area here outside of the natural is more open and more exposed and more accessible, so we could see some aggressive play and some aggressive rotations, catching an army out of position that can occur here outside of the natural. Otherwise, we have a forward 4th base that is very secure. We have rooks, we have speed zones, we have side blockers as well. Due to the terrain here, I want to say that typically it favors like a more defensive 4-base setup. The speed zones I do appreciate, they help rotations. It means that if you're the aggressing player, you can rotate faster from like 5th to 4th to natural base, just back and forth. These like horizontal rotations are going to be favored. We'll see. We'll see if we can embrace that mid-game or not. So now we're opening up. As Creator, he does scout across the map, just being active. Behind this, we're expecting a bit of a safer build here by Creator, but eyes are on this probe to see if we get out to any shenanigans in the corner of the map. We'll see. It's the Creator. No shot we go like for a Twilight Council opener into a proxy pylon into proxy DTs, right? That'd be crazy. Okay. We're coming back home. We're coming back home. We think better of it. In my mind, I was trying to think, I was like, if we do proxy, like, what's it even going to be for? Like, I could only think of a Dark Shrine, but it comes back home. It is still that Twilight Council opener. Behind this, ByuN did go for an economic start into a 1-1-1. Everything's looking normal so far. Right now, what are we looking for? We're looking for how many gateways, whether it's 2, 3, or 4 gate blink. That'll tell us how safe or aggressive Creator wants to be. Likewise, we're going to see how ByuN does harass in the mid game, how many Widow Mines he commits into, and how much damage he's able to deal. And likewise, scouting information to confirm how aggressive or greedy Creator is being. So here comes the mine drop. Setting up for the mine drop. Likewise, Hallucination gets a full scout, just confirming there's no faster TC, there's no 3 racks, there's no 2-on-1. There's no like 3 racks before starport. Confirming everything's standard. Meanwhile, I believe it was 2 gateways, 1 gateway in the main base, 1 gateway with the natural, so 2 gate blink into a 3rd, so very greedy build here by Creator. Mine drop dips in, Soldiers in position, and ByuN pulls away. So far, Creator is getting away with a bunch of greed. ByuN has yet to confirm this. Okay, he does pivot his, there we go, he does spot this, he does know. He does spot the probe.
This better be good.
Confirms the timing of the Nexus, now he knows. He's now aware this was a greedier build. And ByuN ideally should be the aggressor now. Marines are moving out. This is risky. I was about to say, I was like, this is kind of crazy. ByuN, we're gonna calm down. Pulls back with the Marines. He has to wait for stim, building up his tanks. I think only one tank as well. Yeah, only one tank. ByuN instead going for a heavier bio composition with more marauders. And we'll see if ByuN can break the third. It'll still take a while to build up, but ByuN is getting there. He's making 2 marauders at a time. So it's building up a heavy marauder count. Raven does hit the natural. Back up into the main. Oof, catching up 4 probes, not bad. 4 probes do go down. ByuN trying to be active with the army, doesn't really find anything. He's been posturing quite a bit. What do I try to say? Do continue. Nothing major here so far. Just a couple of kills here and there. ByuN once again pulling back. Still waiting for his upgrades. Stim is finishing. That is true, but we're still waiting for combat shields and +1. Still waiting. As ByuN does commit, at the same time as ByuN moves out, the creator moves in. Oh. There's not much at home to defend here, so we'll deny some mining. Thankfully, there are reinforcements. ByuN he will hold. At the same time, he's pushing. When it comes to our defensive line here, we have Creator. He has 0 Colossus. He has no splash damage. Went for earlier charge instead, but there aren't many Zealots. Not at home, at least. Yeah, not many Zealots. They're all going to go down. Tank will siege. Creator's in trouble. Yeah, he's in trouble here. Oh, tank shots going off. More Zealot weapons across the map. They are dealt with. ByuN he defends. Defends, he's moving in. He's got forward mines behind this. That's a lot of mines. Tel scan. Nice pick up. Nice shots going off. They get baited. Yeah, they're baited out here. The Immortal does go down, but Creator he holds. Ooh, barely does hold on. Initially, I would say the Creator he was vulnerable, but he bought time. He bought time, got extra warp ins. Initially, he had like, what, 3-4 Zealots? And Creator does survive. What also helps, of course, is this. ByuN he had half his army supply back at home to defend. That War Prism did a lot across the map. Didn't kill much, but did at least keep ByuN busy. And now we're getting into the mid-game. Creator getting a 4th base, ByuN claiming a 3rd, and now we're building up into Ghost. So the game is slowing down. Defender's Lab does have potential for mid to late game play. It's a very large map. Very large map. A lot of bases, a lot of expansions. This can lead into a very late game setup. We'll see if we get there. As both players back off, which is calming down. We should soon be seeing Creator expand. But ByuN gets spotted. That should activate Creator. ByuN is looking for a way in. Nice Zealot runaways, actually. Ooh, that's a lot of SCV kills. You're getting to 5-6 SCVs. ByuN he does try to push up the ramp, but Creator's keeping up. Yeah, Creator collapsing on both armies, forcing ByuN back home. Does force him back. Creator he gains map control. Waiting for the warp in. Oh, Creator supply blocked. Now is not the time. Pylons are finishing. Now we can warp in. Creator pushing forward. Oof. Does take an anti-armor missile to the face. And takes the missile to the face. Has to pull away. Getting caught out. He doesn't fall. No, he gets caught. Yeah, Creator doesn't back off far enough, and he will lose a Colossus. Massive pickoff. Creator, he got complacent. Brutal loss for Creator. Down to 2 Colossus. He's down to 2. ByuN is building up more Ghosts, more EMPs. The Viking count is actually quite low. Still only 3 Vikings. But there are only 2 Colossus with the main army. Okay. It can be okay. As now a 3rd Colossus has arrived. Creator, he wants to come in. He's going for it. Oh. Gets a Ghost. Nice pickup. Brings down one of the Ghosts. Pulls away, rotates. Both players are maxing out. As you mentioned, that on Defender's Lab, there's a higher chance we embrace the mid to late game, and we're getting there. And this is where it's on Creator to mass expand. To take all the bases, to take all the expansions, to take over the map. Tech up as well. 2nd Robo's on the way. Eventually into Disruptors. Likewise, ByuN is still lacking Liberators. He's on a very mobile army instead. Very Bio Viking heavy. Oh. Which is very just Bio heavy. Creator setting up for a Zealot run, but he gets spotted. That's unfortunate. Yeah, Creator is spotted. This is a big investment, by the way. That's a lot of Zealots, and ByuN turns everything around. Zealots, they do get into the mineral line. They get a Ghost, a decent amount of SCV kills. Oh my god, can you get to 17? Jesus. 20. 23 SCVs going down, and even though this is going to cost Creator a bunch of Zealots, it is perfectly fine. I was concerned that this would be minimal damage and he'd just throw away. How many Zealots was that exactly? 27. But he does trade 1-to-1 with SCVs. And they got a Ghost. So better trade for Creator. Surprisingly good. ByuN going for a Dream Drop. Creator's in position. No, does he blink? Oh my god. Almost. Yeah, a bit of a late reaction there by Creator. That could have been game. That could have been game then and there. Oh, as this time ByuN's ready. Yeah, this time ByuN's in position. He needs up the Zealot run by. This is where Creator is getting a little bit wasteful as it's going for now a 3rd wave. The first one was amazing, the second less so. And looks like we just rallied in. We just rallied into the bases. Ideally, Creator wants to line this up with the main push, otherwise you're just throwing away supply. Get us distracted. Creator getting ready for a flank. You can go through the speed zone. Who catches who? And who catches who? As ByuN collapsing the army comes in from behind. Yeah, the sandwich comes in. He does get on top of the Stalkers. Will tank a Storm. Yeah, the Storm is brutal, but he will swallow everything up. Massive pick off here. Collapsing on the Colossus, the Disruptors, and the Creator. He plummets in supply. And that's gonna be too much. He'll lose everything. It all goes down. Crazy surround, and ByuN snowballs out of control. Yeah, Creator, he has nothing left. He has a bank, but he needs time to warp in. He's down to 1 Disruptor. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, in the end, Creator, he attempted to surround. He got sandwiched. And there's nothing. There's nothing here. There's 2 Novas. Vikings, they land. And just like that, in one fight, one fell swoop. That's game. That's game, baby. Oh. As the base will full, ByuN, if you want to, you can just keep pushing into the natural. You can just keep going into the natural base. For now, he plays it safe. He goes for the fringe expansions instead. Vikings are tanking. Nova goes off. Nice connection. And Creator, he's actually able to hold on. He's holding on. Creator still maintains a higher worker count, true. So up in workers, up in economy. But Creator, he had to burn through everything. He had to burn through his entire bank. Oof. But can he stabilize? Again, as I mentioned, if ByuN kept pushing towards a natural, there's a world where he just ends the game. But no, he went instead for the fringe expansion. He went for the linear fourth. So Creator's still in this. I mean, I do still favor ByuN in ahead on fights, but Creator, he has harassment potential. He still has a lot of bases. He still has an economy. He's remaxing. ByuN, meanwhile, is trying to build up his Viking count. Still no fusion core. Yeah, no fusion core, no liberator production. Just by a Viking. The game is slowing down. And Colossi ready, Storm as well. Speaking of, first Storm does zone. Creator stuck on the low grounds. Better trade for ByuN. ByuN catching out a Templar, Disruptor, pushing into the bases. At the same time, Creator stuck in a really rough position here. Does catch the Marauders. He's coming in from behind. Yeah, Creator coming in for the surround. ByuN needs to get out of here. He has to pull away. Ooh, doesn't get a Colossus. Heavy losses here for ByuN. He bleeds out supply. But he does get one Colossus. And trying to push further in. Vikings, they reinforce. Better engage here for ByuN. He gets one. He gets two. And there's only one left. He's getting all three. Yeah, all three Colossus go down. But the Zealots are coming from behind. The charge, let's say, trade well. Creator, he's holding on. Zealots are pretty good. Hey, gets two free ghosts. Oh. And catching out two ghosts. Massive pickoffs. Creator blinks in. Denying the bases, denying mining. Remember, ByuN has a limited economy. ByuN, he's broke here at his natural. He has nothing left in the main. ByuN, he needs bases. So we're getting very messy. Creator going back to Colossus. He's making two at a time. Going for his Zealot counterattack at the same time as well. We do have planetaries to defend, but Creator, he's going for it anyway. And ByuN turns around. Yeah, ByuN, he turns back around. The planetary should fall. It's going to be somewhat close here. Creator spinning up his army. We're losing bases. Stalkers blink away. Planetary surrounded. Should go down. And alongside that, 27 SCVs, critical economic damage. Yes, ByuN does get a base, but he doesn't kill probes. Creator does. ByuN sims in. A sims in, breaks the expansion, does take down the fringe bases at least, but Creator is pushing through the center. He does avoid the main army. He's going for the fresh mining base here of ByuN. ByuN turns around. ByuN has potential for a surround. Oh, but he's too late. Yeah, this flanking army, it's too late. Creator collapsing in. ByuN, he wants his Colossus. He gets one. Does catch a Colossus. He gets one. He's going to get two. These are expensive losses here for Creator. Losing two Colossi. Very nice EMP. And Creator, he will lose everything. He stuck around too long. Yeah, he overextended here. Massive losses for Creator. And what does Creator have left? He has nothing. GG gets called as ByuN snowballs out of control, and ByuN will claim the series 3-2, becoming this week's PiGosaur Cup champion. GG. Whew, GG, well played. A very intense back and forth here. Of course, the big moment for ByuN was when he was able to catch the army and get a full surround on Creator. And if you remember, I thought the game was going to end then and there. I thought the game was just over. But ByuN, he did pivot away and went for some of the mining bases instead of going for the production. So the game did continue. But Creator, he had to spend his entire bank to hold on there. And that meant that he had no bank to keep up and to reinforce and to fall back on. Without a bank, ByuN had the more efficient army. He was cashing out units, of course. He was out trading, and we saw Creator one too many times get caught out. GG, well played. With that, congratulations. ByuN will claim the series, but a very intense back and forth, and once again, great to see Creator holding his own, despite the fact that Creator isn't playing anywhere near as much StarCraft nowadays. Still held his own. GG, well played. Congratulations here to ByuN for claiming that series. Shout out to Creator for making it to the finals, and shout out to the other competitors as well. We had Percival, who also went to the ace match against Creator. True. Esther Percival, and likewise Juanito also made it to the semifinals as well. So GG, well played. With that, we wrap up our morning broadcast. When it comes to this evening, we do have our schedule here. Bam! What is this evening? GSL. We're going to be live with GSL this evening. That is going to be the Season 2 Round of 8 match. It's going to be a live cast over on Soup. If you cannot watch it live on Soup, then we'll have a rebroadcast of the VOD over the weekend. So today, tomorrow, we have live casting of Group A and Group B. Then we have the rebroadcast on Twitch and YouTube on Saturday and Sunday. That is going to be that rebroadcast. Likewise, this week we do have the RSL finals. RSL Season 5 is wrapping up this weekend. That's going to be on Saturday and Sunday as well. And we have COVID Giants Cup on Friday. So plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft ahead of us here. Oh boy, it's an intense week of StarCraft, and I'm trying to keep up. I'm gonna try to get some sleep before the next cast, but there's not really too much time here. I believe it's scheduled to begin in 4 hours. Let me just double check. Let's have a look here. Oh boy. 5.5 hours time, so I might be able to get a little bit of sleep from here, though I do have some errands to run. I got some things to do, but I might try to nap a little bit, sleep for 1 or 2 hours before the main cast. We'll see. I'll do what we can. We'll do what we can. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the support. We do appreciate it. We're going to be wrapping up here for the morning, and we'll see you guys this evening for some GSL. If you want to tune in, and if you maybe can't watch live, then YouTube is the place to be. !socials in the chat, so you get a link to our YouTube channel, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all things Discord, all things Cranky Ducklings. You can follow us if you wish. Otherwise, we'll see you guys later on tonight for some GSL. See you later tonight. Until then, we'll be heading off. Stick around. We'll give another StarCraft streamer a raid. I think Bomyoja has Uno Mas, right? Usually, maybe. Never mind. Looks like he's wrapping up, but we're gonna be wrapping up as well. So we'll see you guys next time. Until then, ciao, papi, ciao. Until next time.